Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for another fantastic ITTN webinar. I'm really excited to be joined today by the fantastic Lisa Burton from Explore. This is a presentation that I am really looking forward to. I know everybody that knows me probably knows that I have such a love for small group adventure travel, so this is right up my alley. And Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank
Um,
you.
Guys, we're going to be doing a little quiz at the end. Lisa is going to be sharing her presentation shortly, and at the very end, we'll do a bit of a Q&A, and then we'll do our competition. So it's literally just going to be a question based on the presentation. Fastest answer in the chat box wins, and you guys will win a cheese and wine hamper, and hopefully we can get it out to you this side of Christmas. But if not, it'll be a lovely January present for you. Thank you really for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. And Lisa, again, thank you so much. I'm going to stop talking now. I'll hand the reins over to you. And yeah, thanks again. We'll talk to you shortly.
Thanks, Carrie. Thank you for joining me this morning. I appreciate everyone sort of getting ready for Christmas at this stage, but it's never a bad time to learn about going to amazing places in the world. As Carrie said, I'm Lisa. I'm the BDM at Explore. You may not know a great deal about us. We've not been particularly active in Ireland over the last few years, but we really want to change that because we know that you guys love to travel. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time today telling you about our amazing small group adventures. So I'm guessing you've booked touring before, you may have booked adventure before, but why Explore? Why would we want you to be booking your customers with us? The main reason is that we're an adventure travel company that you can trust. This is all we do. We don't do anything else. We're experts in it. We've been around for over 40 years. At the end of every one of our trips, we send a survey out to customers, and 98% say that they'd book with us again. So if you get an Explore customer, there's a really good chance you're going to get that repeat business coming back to you again and again. And that's because we offer unforgettable experiences, traveling with expert tour leaders in small groups, and we're a responsible travel company. Which obviously all sounds amazing, but what does that actually mean to you and your customers? Because everyone that you speak to is going to tell you that they're going to deliver an unforgettable adventure to your customer. What that means to us, it's about experiencing a destination in a different way, really getting under the skin of a destination. So while we're going to take your customers to go and see those big wows, all those bucket list things that they want to do, we really want to uncover some hidden gems along the way and make you feel like you've really explored and understood a country. The best example I can give of this is actually from my own holiday this year. We do family trips, and I went to the Family Golden Triangle Adventure with my family this year. And we saw the Taj Mahal, and it was amazing. And we went to Jaipur, and it was amazing. And all of those things were the big wows. And of course, they were amazing, but we expected them to be amazing, if that makes sense. So there was no real surprises there. But the best day for our entire group, that everyone in our group agreed with, was a day that we went to a town that's not on the tourist trail, a town called Karoli. I'd never heard of it before. We were the only tourists in town. We stayed in an old Maharaja's palace. We went out into the town. We met local jewellery makers. We shopped at the local market. We ate local food. And at the end of the day, we were invited to a Hindu temple for evening prayer. And we got involved in that and playing the instruments and joining in with this amazing celebration. And we did all that via camel cart. So we were riding camel carts through the town to try and get to all these places. And every single person on our trip said that that was the best day because that got us seeing the real India. It got us seeing how people live. It got us speaking to locals and really immersing ourselves in what an average day looks like in a small town in India. So that's what we hope to deliver on all of our trips. I'd love to tell you about all of our trips today, and I can't because we've now got 350 trips in 100 countries. So there's absolutely loads and loads of product. But what I will do a little bit later on is give you some examples of some really good sellers for us. Now, I mentioned our tour leaders, and we honestly do think they're the best in the business. Wherever possible, we employ local tour leaders. We think that's really, really important because you're not then getting a tour leader that's just reading from a guidebook. You're getting a tour leader that can talk to you about their life, their family, their education, how they grew up, their lifestyle, what they do in their free time. And it really introduces you to a whole new world that you might not get if you were just with a tour leader that travelled with the group from the UK or from Ireland or from wherever our customers are going from. We handpick and train all of our tour leaders. It's really important that we have a really great relationship with them. And we choose them because they know what our customers want and they've got amazing knowledge, but more importantly, they've got a real passion for customer service and for making sure that our customers get exactly what they need to see out of a trip. So, as you know, it is group touring, but we do believe that size matters. So when we say small, we do mean small. Our average group size is just 11 people. our maximum group size is 16 people. So you're never going to be in a huge group. You're never going to be in a situation where there's 50 people to try and get to know. It's a really, really nice size to get to know people. Within those groups, we'll generally have a really good mix of solos, couples, and friends. And what all of our groups have in common is that people really have this desire for authentic experiences. So they're really keen to just get out and see a destination in depth. So it's like having a ready-made group of friends. The people on the trip have already got something in common by choosing this style of travel. So it's a really, really nice size to get to know people, have a bit of camaraderie, and just feel like you're traveling with a big bunch of friends that you already know. And how do we do that travel? There's a few things that are really worth noting with Explore. So first of all, our comprehensive itineraries are brilliant. We pack an awful lot in. So when you look at one of our itineraries, you will see that we put so much in there to make sure that customers get the absolute best from the experience. We do try and add in some free time, and all of our trips are graded between the pace. So you'll have easy, moderate, and full on. So an easy pace trip will have more free time. A full on, you're going to be out early morning, in late at night, seeing all the sights. But we want to show our customers absolutely everything that's needed to make a special experience. So because we're group touring, we do, of course, use minibuses, but we think that's only part of the equation. We think you see a country better by using local transport. So if there's an opportunity to get you on a bus, a train, camel, a tuk-tuk, a rickshaw, anything like that at all, we'll try and get you on that form of transportation. So a good example of that, if we're in Tokyo, for example, we're not going to take you on and off of your coach to get to all the different sites you want to see in Tokyo. Your tour leader is going to take you on the metro because you're going to see Tokyo properly that way. And with that in mind, we also really make sure that we use local restaurants. We want to eat where the locals eat. We want to eat the food that the locals eat. We won't be taking you to McDonald's anytime soon. We also use local accommodation. Now, this is something that customers can be a little bit apprehensive about. I know when you go to certain countries, people are a bit more in their comfort zone if they go to a chain hotel, and we completely understand that. But we do like to use that local accommodation because A, it's better for the economy of the place that we go to, and B, we try and find it's more characterful, it's a warmer welcome, and we want to have our accommodation in really, really great locations. So because people are a little bit cautious, we actually named the accommodation. So it is graded between simple, comfortable, and premium, but we do name it as well. So if your customers are a little bit apprehensive about the guest house, the beehive, or the tree house, the desert camp, whatever it is that they're staying in, you can look it up on TripAdvisor, Google reviews, anything you like, and make sure they know exactly what they're getting before they commit. And this is a really important one to remember. So if you are selling touring and you're selling group tours, please remember that with Explore, we have the vast majority of our departures guaranteed. So when your customers are booked on that trip, they're going on that trip. We know how hard you guys work. I've been a travel agent myself. I know how frustrating it is to have a booking cancelled at the last minute due to low numbers. So we really, really try not to do that. Like I say, about 97% of our departures are guaranteed, and they're flagged on the website, and it's flagged in the brochure so you know exactly what to expect. And just a little bit about our values as a company, because this is really important and it informs all of the things that I've already talked about using local accommodation, using local transport. It's really key value for us that we respect the local communities that we go to and ensure that they benefit from our tourist money. So we want the money that we spend to stay in that community, to help develop that community and bring money to that community. We also want to minimise our impact on the places that we go. So travelling in small groups really helps us to do that. And really importantly, we ensure that the people who work for us, not just the team in the UK, but the teams, our tour leaders, the places that we visit, they all work in a safe environment and they're paid very fairly. So we do have a commitment to pay the living wage all around the world, and we make sure our tour leaders are really well looked after. We are a responsible travel company as well. And I know for a lot of people, this isn't super important, but the message to take from this is that we've done the hard work. So if it is important to people, you can book with confidence and not have to think about these things. We carbon measure every single one of our trips, and we publish that information on the website, and we publish that information in the brochure. So if customers do care about that, that information's there, and it's to give them the opportunity to just make an informed choice. If people aren't interested in it, that's absolutely fine. We don't lecture people. This isn't about telling people what to do. It's just giving people clear information so they can make choices. We have a robust climate action plan. In fact, yesterday we launched our second ever purpose paper, where we publish what we targeted ourselves for, what we've achieved and what we haven't achieved. So again, we're very, very transparent, and we employ responsible business practices around the world. One thing that you probably do get asked about a little bit more than sustainability is animal protection. And again, that's really important to us. So we do have a no-touch animal interaction policy. And in a nutshell, we can say that our policy is that we want nature to be natural and wildlife to be wild. So we won't take you to any animal interactions that are just purely put on for tourists. Anything that we do has to be culturally appropriate to the destination, and it has to be sustainable and good for the animals. So that's just something to know as well. So that's a little bit about us. Now let's tell you a little bit about our customers and who they are. So the average Explore customer is actually a little bit older than most people imagine. They're around 58 for the average customer. So we really cater to that market of people that are maybe getting towards retirement age, the kids have left home, they've got no mortgage anymore, they want to go and see the world and spend all the money traveling. That's really our core customer. 66% of our business is repeat customers, and 21% of our customers have been on more than 10 trips with us. So we've got great customer loyalty. Interestingly, over 60% of our customers are solo travelers as well. So we don't have any solo specific departures. We don't market ourselves as a solo travelers organisation. It's just the natural split of the groups that we take. And we find that our customers that travel solo with us aren't necessarily people that would want a solos only departure. They want to mix with a wider group of people and a small group. So it works really, really well for your solo passengers. And the reason that they keep coming back to us is because they appreciate the authentic, culturally rich experience that we offer. They enjoy the intimacy of that small group. They want to travel sustainably. So they want to make sure that the money they're spending on holiday is doing good. And they want to travel with a reputable company that they can trust. Excuse me, bear with me. It's actually sunny for the first time ever. And the sun's reflecting on my face. So I'll just close that blind. They want to travel with like-minded people, so they enjoy that small group camaraderie and people that have also got an interest in those cultural experiences. I always think I'm probably a core Explore customer. So years ago, 30 years ago, I'd have got my backpack, I'd have done a one-way flight somewhere and a couple of nights accommodation, and I'd have been perfectly happy with that. I'm 50 now. I've got more sense of danger. I want more financial protection. I want someone looking after me, but I still want to feel like I'm having an adventure. And that's really important to our customers. They want that sense of adventure, but they want it with a bit of security involved. Our customers really value the itinerary detail over the price as well. So if you sometimes compare our trips to some of our competitors, you might find that our price looks a little bit higher. But when you look at the detail, you'll find that we include absolutely everything that's needed to make an amazing trip. I've been on 2 Explore trips this year, and at no point has anybody on any one of my trips paid for optional extras, because there's so much packed in that you really don't need to spend any more money. So for our customers, value for money is more important than price. Because we have such loyal customers, we do also reward them for their loyalty. We've got a fantastic loyalty scheme. And if you have got customers that have travelled with our competitors in the past, we will also do what we call a loyalty switch. So if they've got a discount from travelling with one of our competitors, give us a call. We'd like them to try Explore, so we will switch their loyalty into our loyalty scheme. But of course, I'm going to tell you all these amazing things. I work here. I'm being paid to be here today. So I'd like to introduce you to someone that's going to tell you a little bit more about Explore and what our trips are all about. This guy's a little bit of a legend in the Explore offices, so hopefully this video will work for you.
My name's Brian. I've been on 91 Explore trips so far. That's over a period of 40 years. My first Explore trip was in December 1984, let's get it right, 1984 to southern India, a trip that you still have in the brochure. I think I would have to answer that by going to Antarctica. South Georgia in particular impressed me with literally millions of penguins. My top 4 countries in the world are India, because it's the most culturally diverse, and Nepal because I'm a mountain nut, New Zealand because it's just a stunningly beautiful country. The 4th one is my favourite European country, which is Italy. My next trip that I'm booked for is in September to the Lost Continent in Madagascar. Go with an open mind. You are a guest in someone else's country, and basically try things. sheep's testicles in Iran, I think, would come well up the pecking order. Stir-fried ants in Vietnam, I think those two I would single out.
So Brian is our most travelled customer, but we also have another Brian that's trying to catch him up, and we've got lots of customers that travel with us frequently. If you want to hear any more of our things now, we'll pop an email over to Carrie with the details. We've just launched something called Explore Stories, where our customers have been interviewed about the experiences that they've had. And there's an absolutely wonderful interview with a young man called Umir, and he's never been abroad before, and he went on our Amalfi Coast walking tour and ended up doing a viral TikTok video. And it's 5 minutes of joy just watching this. So please do check that out. It's brilliant. And what I want you to think about is, have you got a Brian in your database? Have you got someone who wants to go and see the world like Brian does and visit, 100 different countries and go and see absolutely everything? Because I definitely want to be more Brian. So with that in mind, and all these countries that Brian's been to, where in the world are we going to take you on your holidays? Pretty much everywhere, to be honest. So anywhere on this map that's highlighted in bold is where we've got a trip. It is a little bit out of date. In the last few weeks alone, we've launched some Scandinavia, we've launched South Korea, Ghana, and lots of new destinations. So pretty much anywhere where there's a tourist infrastructure, we can take your customers on holiday. And that is sometimes a little bit off the beaten track. You like to, Turkmenistan or Mongolia, but also really quiet, popular destinations. Turkey's a huge seller for us. Italy's a huge seller for us. But we just do them all a little bit differently to a standard package holiday. Because we've got so many trips, we have, of course, got brochures, and we've got 2 brochures. They're absolutely gorgeous. So if anybody wants one, do let me know. We can get them sent out to you. We've got our small group adventure brochure, and we've got our family adventure brochure. I would say not all of the trips are in the brochure because, like I said, there's 350, so it would be massive. But so if there's some destination that you feel like Explore should go to, but it's not in the brochure, check the website. It will all be on there. To make it a little bit easier to decide which of those 350 trips you're going to go to, we have split them into themes. So Classic Discovery is probably what we're best known for. These are the cultural tours. We're going to take you to tour around a destination, see those big wows, see those hidden gems, and really get under the skin of the destination. But we do other kinds of trips as well. We do amazing wildlife tours. We have a polar program. We do the UK, which nobody ever thinks of. We can take you walking and cycling in the UK. We've just launched one that's covering Donegal and Giant's Causeway, so that's a really nice one as well. We've got family adventures, we've got food and drink adventures, walking and trekking holidays, cycling holidays, boating and rail journeys. So a really, really wide range of product for you to go at. So what I'm going to do now is just tell you a little bit more about these themes and give you some examples of some best sellers. So in January, when you're super busy and a customer comes in looking for something, you know exactly where to come to explore. So as I said, Classic Discovery is our core product. This is these immersive cultural trips all around the world, designed to discover more than the average tourist and make sure that you see that destination and really get off the beaten track. Our best-selling Discovery tour by an absolute mile at the moment is Simply Japan. And every single travel agent I talk to tells me how busy they are with Japan inquiries. It seems to be the place that everyone wants to go to. And it's a really, really useful place to start talking to people, is this itinerary. Apologies, I've just noticed I went through yesterday and changed the pricing and obviously didn't save it into euros, so I will update that as well. So this is a really comprehensive 12-day trip of Japan. If your customers are only going to go to Japan once in their lifetime, this is going to be the place to go. It sees absolutely everything. So you're going to go to the main cities, Tokyo, Osaka, you're going to go to Kyoto, you visit Hiroshima and the Peace Park, you get to stay overnight in a family-run ryokan, you get to stay in a temple, you're going to see the snow monkeys, go on a bullet train. It really covers absolutely everything your customers might want to see in Japan. This goes 3 times a week, all year round, and during cherry blossom season, it's a daily departure. So super, super busy trip, packs a lot in, gets amazing reviews from our customers. Then we have our wildlife tours. So, of course, we do safari because safari is super popular, and we do safari for families as well. But we do some slightly more quirky wildlife trips as well. So we do an Indian tiger safari as well as your standard African safaris. We have an amazing weekend in Romania where you go bear watching. But our best-selling tour is our Costa Rica wildlife tour. So with the Costa Rica wildlife tour, it is billed as a wildlife tour, but because it's in Costa Rica, it kind of fits everything else you'd want from an adventure trip as well. So you can go ziplining across the cloud forest, you can go whitewater rafting, If you don't want to do those things, absolutely fine. There's optional activities that you can go to instead, like coffee plantation visit. But this is a real great coast to coast in Costa Rica, seeing absolutely everything that you might want to see in Costa Rica. And like I say, it is billed as a wildlife tour, but it really is for anyone that wants to see Costa Rica because it's got a bit of everything included. Boat journeys is a really interesting one for us, and it's quite a small part of our programme. So we do things like the Galapagos Islands, we do a polar programme. If we're doing polar, we actually contract in cruise ship cabins, and we use AE expeditions. I think they're known as Aurora expeditions in Ireland, and also Penang. So it's a really, really nice standard. But we also do some much, much more low-key itineraries as well on boats. And my absolute favourite is this Maldives Donny cruise. And I love this because people never think to come to explore for the Maldives. It's just not something that people would think to come to us for. But this is absolutely gorgeous. And if you've got customers that want to see the Maldives, but they don't want to do all-inclusive, they want a little bit more, this is absolutely brilliant. You're going to stay on this boat. It's an 8th berth boat. This is where you sleep. And you go around all of these uninhabited islands. You go to meet some local villagers. You eat on the beach, snorkel. Gorgeous. Who doesn't want to do that for a week? And you can add this on to the end of Sri Lanka tour as well. So you can do a busy tour followed by a week in the Maldives. Again, rail travel, really, really nice way to travel. I'm going to whiz through because I'm conscious I'm getting to the end of my time. But just some examples of the kind of rail travel that we do. We do Kolkata to Amritsar, going through the tea plantations, going on the toy train. Absolutely beautiful. But again, it's a cultural tour as well. You are going to go to the Taj Mahal. You're going to go to Agra. You're going to see the Golden Temple. So lots and lots of nice things to do. Walking and trekking is a really, really big part of our market, and we do everything from nice, relaxed walks, wine tasting in Spain and Portugal, right up to the other end of the scale where we've relaunched Everest Base Camp. So this is a brand new trip for us. We're the only tour operator, as far as we're aware, operating out of the UK that isn't using Nepalese Airlines because they're blacklisted by our government for being unsafe. So we actually now fly you into Kathmandu and we drive across. So again, great for those people who've got Everest Base Camp on their bucket list. Family adventures, really close to my heart. I do have a 12-year-old, so I know this brochure inside out. All of our family adventures are split into multi-activity, wildlife, or discovery. And one that sells super, super well for us is our family Thailand adventure. You'll see there's 2 different parts of this, depending on the time of year, West Coast or East Coast. But great experiences for children. You get to visit Bangkok and do a city tour, do some Thai boxing, eat some street food. Then you've got beach camping, jungle walks, canoeing. Absolutely gorgeous itinerary, and of course some free time built in to relax on those beautiful beaches. And one that always goes down really, really well with travel agents is our food and drink trips. This is one that we launched only 3 months ago, I want to say, and it's been so popular already. This is an 11-day trip to Greece, and you go to Athens, Poros and Crete, so you see all the different sides of Greek culture, and you just basically spend in 10 days in Greece eating. I mean, that's kind of what we all go on holiday to do anyway. So let's do it organised. So you get to do some seafood market, honey tasting, ouzo tasting and tour, wine tasting, cooking classes, lots and lots of different things involved. And last but not least, we have our Explore Upgraded range. So this is a brand new range that we launched this year in July. And Upgraded basically is everything that our customers love about Explore Tours, but with premium accommodation. So it just gives you that slightly higher standard of accommodation. And you'll see from the photos, we have some absolutely gorgeous accommodation. Now, because we are such an innovative company and we always want to give our Bryans of the world somewhere new to go, we've also got absolutely loads of new trips that have been launched in the last 4 or 5 months alone. I'm not going to go through them all, but just to give you an example of some of the variety that we have, from Best of Ghana to Finland and Sweden, Family Madeira Adventure, cycling in France. It's a really, really wide range of product. So just a few top tips to help you sell Explore. The first thing is suggest us to your customers. People might not know that they're an Explore customer until you actually tell them about what we do and the style of travel that we have. Use our knowledge. All of the team are explorers. We all actually go on Explore holidays for our own holidays. So please do let us know if you've got questions. We're here to help. But we really want to help you to answer all of your customers' questions. So the trip information on our website has got so much information in there to help you sell. Even to the point we will tell your customers what plug they need to take, what shoes they need, and how much a beer costs in the destination that they're going to. We want them to be fully informed before they book. Please encourage customers to read our reviews. We're FIFO Platinum accredited, and all of our website reviews are live from the FIFO website, so we don't get to pick and choose which ones get displayed. So even the bad reviews are on there. It's all about transparency and letting your customers know what to expect. We have lots of blogs, magazine content that you can use. Everything's available for our agent partners to use as well. If you've got customers looking to go on a tour, particularly for solos or for families traveling with children, give us a call. We can tell you the demographic information. So if you've got a solo looking to travel and they're not sure, they want to make sure they're not with a load of couples, call us. We'll help you try and find the right trip for them that's got another bunch of solos on. And please use anything on our marketing hub on our website. We've got something on there called the Agent Hub. It's got videos, training resources, images, lots and lots of stuff that's available to you to use. And we do have a Facebook page called Explore Agents. I will say with the Facebook page and everything else that we do, it is generally in pounds. If you want something in euros, it is a 2-minute job for us to change over. So if you see something in our marketing suite and you say, actually, I'd really like to put this on my own Facebook page or use this for my own marketing, please just drop us an email over. We can sort that for you, no problem. And really importantly, because we all like to hear about a concession, we love to make sure that travel agents come on our trips. So once you've made just one booking with Explore, doesn't matter the cost of it, doesn't matter how many nights it's for, that gives you eligibility for our agent concessions, which is 50% off for your own holiday, 25% discount for one travelling companion, and 20% off for any accompanying children on our family trips. So we really want you to go and have an Explore holiday, because we know that when you come back, you'll just be selling, no problem. And just to confirm, because it's something we always get asked all the time, we are completely agent friendly. We have price parity. We will never, ever undercut you. Even if we do an event that's direct for consumers, so for example, we'll be at the Holiday World show in January. If we do an event for that, anything that we do, any booking codes is always bookable through travel agents. So please don't ever, ever lose a booking to direct. There is no benefit whatsoever to your customers coming to us directly rather than you for a travel agent. All of our offers and campaigns are trade friendly. Our loyalty discounts are fully funded, so they don't affect your commission if we've got a loyalty discount on that booking. And as a trade team, we are here to help. So we can help with consumer events, webinars, anything you might want to do with your customers. We run regular competitions and exclusive incentives for our agent partners. And one thing that's worth noting, if you do join our Facebook group, we have some amazing agent last minute deals. So normally with only 2 or 3 weeks notice, if we've got a trip that's not full, we'll push that out to agents at a really, really reduced price. So please do jump on that and get yourself on a trip with us. And last but not least, something big is coming. So we have our big blue sale starting on the 30th of December, and that gives you up to 20% off hundreds and hundreds of our trips. These are not last minute departures. Generally speaking, they're all from March, April onwards. So if you've got customers looking for something interesting, sort of late spring, early summer, going right up to October, November, please do check out our sale because we've got some real great bargains on there. And that's all from me. We are here to help with any questions that you might have. So please do contact us. The best email address is always trade@explore.co.uk because the whole team sees that. So it doesn't matter who's in or out work, who's out doing something, someone's always looking at that inbox. But there's 3 of us available to support, and we are here for anything you might need to ask. Thank you very much.
That was absolutely amazing, Lisa. Thank you so much. I think I
so
saved
sorry
it
about the pounds. I changed my presentation at the last minute yesterday and obviously didn't send you it, but I will send you over the real one.
That's okay. That's absolutely fine. Well, I think I say it after absolutely every webinar, but I really enjoyed that. I just love learning about new products, and it's great to see new operators moving into the Irish market. So really appreciate your time. Thank you very, very much.